My great-grandfather, Morris Dodds, was born in Odessa, Ukraine, and he left when he was 15 and eventually migrated to Ellis Island and became an American citizen. I'm originally from New York, and I moved to Berlin in 2013 to be with my now husband, who I met in New York, and we have two kids. One is 3 years old and one is 7. Every day here in Berlin, there's over 10,000 refugees arriving from the Ukraine, and you see the photos of these people just kind of sitting on the ground in the Hauptbahnhof, which is our main train station. And although I was donating to various different nonprofit organizations, I felt that I could do more. We are privileged enough to have just moved to a house with an extra bedroom. So my husband and I listed ourselves on 2 separate websites. I got a WhatsApp text from a guy named Vadim, who turned out to be Mariana's brother, who lives in Berlin. And he asked me if the offer was still available. The borders are really, really backed up at the moment. So it took him 2 days in the car to drive from Berlin to Krakow to pick them up. When they arrived, I could see the pain in their faces and that they were not embarrassed, but a bit shy, very shy, and that this was a situation, obviously, that they didn't really want to be in. Mariana left her husband behind in Ukraine. She said that, all the men really actually feel a duty to stay and fight. They're fighting for the freedom of their country. She talks to her husband every day to check in, to see how he's doing. He apparently works from home still for his job. And then after work, he goes and helps with the war efforts. As of yesterday, she's registered with the German government, and the German government is trying to do all they can for the refugees, giving them a certain amount of money each month and helping them find housing and giving them a visa to work here and health insurance for a year at least. It's now been a week that she's been here, a little over a week, and we are working out how best to help her. And of course, this is a grown woman. She's my age, so you don't want to do too much. But she's also been asking for more help. So I'm trying to kind of lean into that and give her the support she needs. So, for example, she asked if we can help her find an apartment. It made me feel good yesterday. Mariana came up to me at the end of the day and said that when she was in Poland for the 2 weeks after she escaped the war, that she wasn't able to sleep, and just like, it was just really horrible. And she said since she's been here, she's been able to sleep and relax, and she was very thankful. And that made me feel really good that we were able to, provide some peace here in our house for them. But I think that the trauma that these kids and these mothers have gone through is really heavy, and it would be great to have, maybe a locally based psychologist or therapist or someone who has experience dealing with trauma situations to have someone to talk to. Sasha is doing online school from Ukraine. So if his teachers are not going into the basement for air raids, then they are teaching still in the mornings. Sasha and Valentina are friends. They communicate by playing. They don't have a language to speak, but it's very sweet. They really like each other. I think so. I know Valentina does, but I can tell he also has warmed up to her and isn't as shy since he first got here, and they're getting a little more wild by the day, so that's good. Explaining to a child about war is not something that I kind of imagined I would be doing, but we make it very simple that there's evil people in the world, and the leader of Russia is hurting people who are innocent and have families just like us, and that's why they need to leave their homes. And we have a home, and we're not in a war, and we're safe, so we can take in people who are in these situations. This is just people trusting in humanity and believing that there's a ripple effect, and what you do does have an effect, whether bad or good, but hopefully the good ripple effects will have more of an impact. And my hope is that one day, if Sasha grows up, he'll remember this experience, and then if ever need be, he can do the same for someone else. And also my kids. I think it's really important to live your actions and not just speak them. And we don't just do it for the Ukrainians, we do it for freedom. And we realize that it's all of our fight here in Europe and actually democracy everywhere.